Men of Reddit, how did you discover your type? At what point did you go, oh my god, I have a type? For me personally, I have a thing for girls who are for redheads. I'm an outdoorsy person and was physically active since I was a child. Dated and slept with a few different personalities. From the preppy schoolgirl to the reserved nerd. Eventually hooked up with a kickboxer who was also the outdoorsy type and had the best dating and sex of my life so far. Athletic tomboys are great. It's tough though because so many are lesbian. Edit, where are all you tomboys and why aren't you desperate to meet me like those ads on social media I keep getting hit with? Well, when I was younger, girls that were taller than me always made me uncomfortable. And I didn't know why. I just assumed I was being an asshole that couldn't imagine being shorter than a girl. Then puberty hit and then I really found out why. I still get weak to my knees being near a woman taller than me. I don't really have a type. I just have a not my type list. Personality goes a long way with me. Are we talking personality intelligence or physical? I have a bit of a type for both. I like smart women who are a little introverted though and have a great amount of self-awareness. I also like petite ladies who are a little girly, but who are strong-minded and can handle themselves as well. My type is reasonably attractive women who want to have sex with me. Mrs. Incredible. I smiling face with hearts. Latinas. As long as I can remember, I have always been attracted to them. My wife is Cuban. By eliminating the types that aren't mine. I'm a black dude who's very stereotypical when it comes to how I like my women. By finding the girl who genuinely loves and cares about me, I found out that my type is indeed empathetic, thoughtful and kind. Every man says he wants a sassy and spicy woman until he actually gets one and realizes he'd rather have a kept, tame, low-key, agreeable woman. A sassy woman who hasn't had amazing luck. The better question is, why is that your type? The more you understand that, the healthier you will be. It wasn't until I met a DOMEY woman that I knew it was what I was missing in my life the whole time. I have no type. I just like sexy women. They can be chubby, skinny, whatever. I guess if I had to label my type, it would a soft feminine face with a kind, loving personality. My wife pointed it out to me years into our marriage. She said, "Well, and I'm your type." I replied, "I didn't really have a type." She proceeded to point out that I almost exclusively and with only 2 real deviations dated cute brunettes. So, there's that. Depends what you mean. Types have 2 meanings, emo. There's what you like and what you actually end up dating. I prefer to use type as who you actually end up dating. I like goth chicks and Asian women with big thighs, hips. I've dated a couple that fall into my preferences, but I've also dated people who fall outside of those preferences. Turns out, if they fall into my preferences, I'm far more likely to overlook red flags and incompatibilities. But one of my best relationships was with someone who fell outside of my typical preferences. As far as how finding my likes happened, I blame late 90s early cartoons. Shy girls are too reserved for me. Party girls are too wild and irresponsible. Ambitious girls are too serious. Spicy girls are too full of drama. Thick girls are too lazy. Athletic girls can't sit still. Hot girls aren't loyal. Ugly girls are ugly. I'm single. Redheads for me too, and nicely formed booties. Oh, and pale tattooed raven-haired women. That I have a thing for redheads was pointed out to me by a friend in my early teenage years. Had a major crush on one and he said that she was more mid-tier. I didn't agree with him, and one day she dyed her hair and I lost my crush on her that day. The booty thing was me noticing I'm not that interested in breast but always check out the behind of a lady. The pale tattooed raven-haired woman thing. If you know, you know. It was right around the point I realized I was a total sub. Both inside and outside the bedroom. Now I know I'm looking for someone who loves the idea of being generally or completely in charge. I'm not looking for a 24/7 type of thing, but I'd be quite happy if they wanted to be the head of the household. I'm a great second in command and find a lot of fulfillment in providing servicing however I can. Chores and cooking are way more fun if it feels like I'm doing them as a service rather than just doing them for myself. My kryptonite is women of mixed ethnic background. Titties. Yeah, you read that right. In my teenage years I thought I had a type. The older I get, the more I realize my type is as a woman. I had a type. Irish women. After marrying one and then divorcing, I unlocked a new type, Hispanic. When I came to the realization I'm gay. When I was like 11 and saw Natalie Portman in Star Wars Episode 1. I drool over girls my friends find gross. I'm not into girls my friends drool over. I'm always the outlier. It's great for me because my 10 is still a normal girl. So she's attainable. My friends consider 10s out of their league. A lot of girls I'm not at all attracted to are definitely out of my league. Having a specific type is way better. Every girl I've ever had a thing with was incredibly attractive to me. Even though objectively speaking they might be nothing special. Is shy girls with big knockers of any race a type? I love kinky freaks. Hoes. Sluts. The type you can't take home to mama. Been that way since junior high and at 26 I'm still going strong. I've never been attracted to the vanilla wifey types so I DK how I'm ever going to settle down. I was in 2nd or 3rd grade. Friend across the street had an older sister yelling at us one day for being too loud when she was trying to take a nap. They were Vietnamese Cambodian and I was not. She didn't look like any of the girls at school that I liked. It was love at first sight. That said, due to the baggage of being so very attracted to Asian women, I just keep my trap shut and go on with life. By complete accident, I was always into thin women. Then, one day, by complete accident, I slipped on a thick woman. And we matched. She was super cool. And we connected. I DK if it's because I truly fell in love with my wife like I have never been in love before that. Now I find thick woman the most attractive woman. Once I was with her sexually I saw what I was missing. Y'all have types? Usually my main prerequisite is, do we enjoy spending time together? I just started paying attention to who I was paying attention to. That and a sexually amazing ex made me realize my type is chocolate. After my divorce, I did a lot of introspection to try and own my part of that and do my best to become a better person. During that time I made a list of what I was looking for and needed in a partner. I told myself I was good even if I never found that person. I was lucky to find that person a couple of years later. We've been happily married over 28 years now. I sometimes tease her that her only flaw is that she doesn't like beer. My wife is a dark, big booty Latina with sexy lips and that's my type now. I like flawed women, always known it. My types are ambitious women, tomboys, and artists. Sometimes horse girls, depending on what kind of horse girl they are. Also, for some reason, bi women. That last one isn't intentional. But one way or another literally every girl I've ever been involved with was bi. So I must be subconsciously selecting for it somehow. As for how I discovered it, those are just the sort of people I get along with. And sometimes getting along with them naturally evolves into getting along with them. If you catch my drift. By realizing there was a pattern in which porn stars I watched and who I found really attractive IRL.